It's not really important now, but I love Game of Thrones. I didn't start watching it until I think season 6 had just ended. I'll give it a shot. And then I watched 60 episodes in less than 2 weeks. I was a fan. Of course, there are bits of it that I did not like, as most people. And then there were parts of it that I really did like. Once I got finished watching all 6 seasons, I read all of the books. Once the series was over, I had my qualms about what had happened, of course. I really enjoyed it in the beginning. I was a big fan. I am still a big fan of certain aspects of it. One thing that I am not sure how I feel about are the prequel series, the series of different spin-off shows. The prequel, House of the Dragon, premiered as of releasing this yesterday. I wanted to use this as an excuse to do something because, as we all know, I like costumes. If you have seen my Instagram, you would know that previously I have done 3 Game of Thrones costumes. The first one I did, I do not have it anymore. I took Daenerys's blue dress, the iconic dress that she wears, and instead of making it blue, I decided to make it her house colors. So it was red, and I did accents of black. That dress did not end up working the way I wanted it to. So after wearing it for that one day, I ended up just scrapping the whole thing. I took it apart and kind of cannibalized it for different costumes. The second costume I did was a Cersei look, and I still have it. I'm not going to try it on because that would just make me sad. The third one that I did was a Melisandre costume. And again, I can't find it anywhere, so that's great. I am going to go ahead and do another Cersei costume. However, this time I am going to be taking my inspiration, yes, from the TV show, but also from the books. One thing that didn't ever really make sense to me, because there are a couple of things, especially when it comes to costumes or makeup and hair, things that I don't understand why they don't do it. I understand that it's a lot easier to identify groups of people based on what they're wearing than have to remember so many names. Easier to identify different houses based on their colors or the color schemes. Like the everyone who's wearing all black is a member of the Night's Watch, unless they're a woman. Everyone who is wearing red or some form of red with gold and it's very opulent, all of those are Lannisters. Anyone who is wearing yellow is either from Dorne or is a Martell or an offshoot of the Martells. Anyone who is wearing big furs is from the north. Anyone who has this, you understand what I'm saying. One of the things, oddly enough, that never transferred over from the book was how much Cersei wears green. She wears green constantly. But the problem that I had after I read the books was I think Cersei might have one green dress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of mash together a couple of dresses that she wears in the show and the color schemes or some of the colors that she tends to prefer in the books. This. And I actually got these at the thrift store the other day. I have 6, I think there are 6 of them, 6 rather large pillowcases. And these are pretty big, and of course there's a double layer here, which is great. This is not going to be enough, so I am going to use a sheet that I also got from the thrift store. I have a couple of them. My first thought was, ooh, there's a dark purple. That would look great with this. Kind of threw that aside. My next option, brown color. I was also thinking gold, so we'll see, but I'm thinking brown. These are the options that I have to work with. I was just thinking about it, and there is absolutely nothing stopping me from trying to do this dress, having it be a one-day make. The thing that was holding me up the most was the fabric itself. Someone who's not trying to make this for the least amount of money that they can. For someone who's not going to do that, this dress is, all things considered, relatively simple. So that's what I'm going to do. It is still taking me a while to find the perfect, or close enough to the perfect, gold tan color, so I'm not going to be able to start yet, but I think I have figured out that the pillowcases that I have for the green parts are going to be enough. Sorry, once I get that other set of fabric, I'm going to go ahead and take you along this entire creation. I haven't cut into anything right now, I haven't marked anything out, so the only thing I've done so far is I have ripped the seam, laid 4 of them out, and I have sewn 2 of them together lengthwise. That is all I have done so far, but yeah, as soon as I get that fabric, I will let you know, and we will start this journey. It is midnight. I am giving myself the full 24 hours to work on this, and the more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that I can get it done a lot sooner than that, which I am hoping is not hubris on my part. So let's get going.
Monsters are dangerous, and just now, kings are dying like flies.
I am the king!
Fuck the king.
Bottom side piece, bottom side piece, top side piece, top side piece, upper sleeve, back, front. Right now it is 1:30. I'm gonna go ahead and shower and go to bed and get back to this later in the morning. Same 24-hour period, just further along than I'd like it to be. Currently I think it's almost noon. I do only have 12 hours left to work on this dress, and I think I can do it. I'm gonna go ahead and get to that. I just realized the shirt that I chose to wear today is the same color of the dress.
Your Grace.
Grandfather, tell me about the Targaryen girl and her dragons.
The skull of the last of them was right here. It was the size of an apple.
The biggest was the size of a carriage.
It's just about 6:30, and this isn't gonna work. I have basically the whole thing done. I am missing sleeves. These are the sleeves of my t-shirt, not the sleeves of the gown, but I have the whole thing put together except for the sleeves. The more I look at it, the more I'm concerned that these are football colors. That this dark green color and this gold color are is it Rams? I think that's a college team that is in Colorado. 6:30, and I just have the closures, the sleeves, and the binding left to do, and For some reason, I still don't feel like I've gotten a lot done today. I feel like I have wasted a bunch of time. I have attached the sleeves on both sides. Oh, the sleeves are done as well. It is 12:18 a.m. I am finished. It's done. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek and then I'm going to bed. So obviously it looks better with someone in it, but here we go. The sleeves are a little bit longer than I was thinking they would be. They are still not quite as long as the pattern calls for. The color of the ribbon actually worked out a lot better than I was anticipating. It looks better when it's kind of like that. So whenever I wear it, if I'm if I'm wearing it as an actual dress, I will be sure to do a knot instead of a bow because it doesn't quite look as good.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
I'm just realizing you can barely see my tiara. And this, I would definitely pair her gold lion necklace and probably one of her gold belts. A couple things I would change because, of course, not very many, all things considered, because I have made this dress in a few different variations before. This burgundy and gold dress that I wore, it was the wide-necked one. I wore that to Comic-Con one year. We're standing in line to get into the con, and it was taking forever. My sister stood in line, and I ran to like Starbucks or something. And as I was coming back, I saw this one lady who was just, her costume was amazing. It was a animated TV series Joker, but it had her own little, like, it was a very feminine pantsuit, very, very detailed, and it was gorgeous, and I loved it. And for some reason, she stepped out of line, or she stepped out enough for me to notice her, and I was getting ready to step around her, but she like put her hand out and she's like, "I love your work." I was not in con mindset. I was in creator mindset. I was like, "Oh my gosh, she loves my dress. Thank you." So I had my super happy face on, and I was like, "I love yours too." And I took like 4 steps, and I'm like, she was in character. She was talking about me as Cersei. She was saying, "Oh, I love your work," blowing up the set. To this day, I regret that I didn't play along. I don't know what I would have said, but this is not a con story. This is this dress story. So a couple things that I would change. Like I said, this is a dress that I have worked on. This is a pattern that I have used several times already. So for the most part, I knew what really I could expect. The biggest things that I would change is that I made this a little bit too big. The sleeves, the pattern actually calls for them to be longer this way. What I would probably end up doing is tacking this back. So I would grab probably about right here and fold like this. Have a button right here with a little loop on this guy, and put the loop over kind of like a bustle on a dress, but have it up like that so that I could actually use my hands. Other than that, I really like it. The whole dress probably would have taken a lot less time if I could actually focus on what I was doing. And I had a really hard time focusing. I'm like, yeah, I'll get this done in one day. But then actually making myself do it was so difficult. Even though I got this all finished in one day, um, I still felt like I didn't get very much accomplished. And this is probably why I have about 12 projects going at any given time. Oddly enough, I absolutely love my hair right now. I absolutely hate how my hair looks normally when I have a middle part. But you know what? I think it's the crown. I have yet to watch The House of the Dragon. I'm very interested in it. The Targaryens have always been a fascinating lot. I'm gonna start ramping up on my fall content, so be prepared for that, I guess. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day.